Hi, second graders. Today we are doing the deep dive for lesson 6 of module 2. You will need your reading notebook. We'll use the response section today, a pair of scissors, a glue stick, and your blue student workbook. Today we will learn the importance of irregular plural nouns. What are irregular plural nouns? A noun is a word that means a person, animal, place, thing, or idea. A plural noun is a word that means more than one person, animal, place, thing, or idea. We will provide the singular noun for each plural noun. For example, many teepees, one teepee. Many children, one child. Let's go through the rest and find out which plurals are irregular. Many bison, one bison. Many horses, one good horse. Many calves, one calf. Many tribes, one tribe. For each plural noun, there is a singular noun. Plural again means more than one, and then singular means just one. Take a moment to read each plural noun with its singular noun. Okay. What do you notice about these plural nouns? Are all of them made by adding an S or an ES to the end? Let's look at our plural nouns. Is there an S or an ES at the end of bison? No. Is there at the end of horses? Yes. What about teepees? Yep. Calves? Yes. Tribes? Yes. Children? No. Some of the nouns stay the same when they become plural, like bison. Bison plural is the same as bison singular. Some of the nouns have a different spelling at the end, like calves. If you look at calves, singular is just calf, but more than one or plural is calves. Some of the nouns have a very different spelling, like children and child. So plural, children, singular, child. Let's circle the irregular plural nouns. Irregular means that they do not become plural the regular way. And the regular way means by adding an S or an ES, or taking away a Y and adding an IES. Irregular means not regular. You might be making a connection to the story that we read for second step, not your typical dragon. Typical can also mean regular. So if it's not typical or not regular, it's irregular. So which of these nouns are irregular? That means they do not end with S or an ES. Take a moment to find them on your own. Okay, so bison does not end with an S or an ES. Horses does. Teepees does. Calves also ends with an S. Tribes ends with an S. And then we have children. So we just have a couple here that are irregular. Okay, now it's your turn to practice. In your blue workbook, your student workbook, on handout 6B, you have some cards that you're going to cut apart and sort. When we sort these, we'll glue them down into the reading journal or your reading notebook in the response section so you have a spot to keep them. So you're going to sort the words into two categories. So that will be those gray colored rectangles. We have regular nouns where you're just adding an S or an ES to make the plural noun. And then we'll have irregular. So the nouns that don't add an S or an ES. To help you out, I want you to think about using this sentence frame. Many blank, one blank. For example, if we look at the first one, we would say many horses, one horse. Okay, so you're going to cut out these rectangles and sort them by regular nouns and irregular nouns. So you'll have two categories. Do not glue them down yet. I will have the answer key up in a second here, but I would love for you to pause the video now, cut out your cards, sort them, and then lay them out, and then you can press play again once you're done with that to check your answer or your answers. Okay, so this is what your two categories should look like. Under regular plural nouns, where you're just adding an S or an ES, you should have these cards. They don't have to be in this order. So you should have settler to settlers, many settlers, one settler. Indian to Indians, many Indians, one Indian. Tribe to tribes, many tribes, one tribe. Horse to horses, many horses, one horse. Now I made a mistake here and I put person to people in the wrong category. Notice people does not end with an S or an ES. So this one should also be in the irregular category. So let's move that. Cut it out here. And we'll put it on with the other category. Person to people. And then let's get rid of person to people over here. There. Okay, so in the irregular category, we should have meat to meat. So that's one of those examples where it stays the same. Foot to feet. Many feet, one foot. And then we had this pair in our practice, child to children. So many children, one child. Woman to woman. Again, does not end with an S or an ES, so that is an irregular plural noun. Many women, one woman. We have tooth to teeth. Many teeth, one tooth. Bison to bison, we did as our practice one as well. Does not change. Man to men. Many men, one man. And then our person to people. Many people, one person. Once you have your cards in the correct categories, you can glue them down into the response section of your reading notebook. Okay, and then we're coming in for a landing. How would you describe irregular plural nouns? Irregular plural nouns do not have s or es at the end. The whole word changes when we shift from singular, meaning one, to plural, meaning more than one or many. And that brings us to the end of today's deep dive. So just as a reminder, your job today was to cut out the cards in handout 6B, sort the irregular plural nouns. So we'll have two categories, one that has regular plural nouns, that means nouns that end with s or es, and then our other category is irregular nouns, doesn't just add an s or an es. And then glue it into your response section of your reading notebook. Okay, great job today. Have a wonderful rest of the day.